this is Ilina and welcome to another LDRS creative card making video. In this video, I will show you a fun technique of ink smooshing using alcohol. Since the LDRS creative inks are hybrid, they're not really water reactive, but to get watercolor look and that ink smooshing technique, we can use rubbing alcohol. Here I have in a spritzer bottle 91% rubbing alcohol, so let's get started. I have piece of acetate or if you have non-porous surface, you can use that to smoosh some ink colors. And I will be using the LDRS Creative watercolor paper to add the ink. So I have four colors here. I use Tropical Sea, Fandango, Pink Tutu, and Tangerine Dream. And then I'm spraying my paper with that alcohol and also the smooshed ink. You can also use the refills that are now available to do this technique. So here's the first pass through. I was not satisfied with the results, so I'm going back with all the four ink colors one by one. So apply the Tropical Sea, added some, spread some alcohol, and just add it on the area where I had that color on the watercolor paper. Next, I'm going with Fandango and repeating the same process. So I think this looks much better. So let's add the other two colors. In between the colors, I'm cleaning my acetate sheet, or I could have used my glass mat, but I didn't want to go through the trouble of scrubbing it off once it was done. I'm trying to dry this off. Alcohol dries quickly, so you don't really need the heat tool. But I had quite a bit of alcohol there, so I went and dried it with the heat tool a little bit. So then I applied the pink tutu and now I'm going with the Tangerine Dream and repeating the same process. Okay, I think that this looks good. So I'm trying to decide which dies I wanted to use. I decided to use the large butterfly die, but here first I die cut one of the large flowers dies from white cardstock. Next, I'm die cutting that panel using the A2 diagonally stitched card toppers. I used the second to the largest, and I have pre-stamped sentiment from the Cosmos stamp set. I will die cut that with a coordinating die. So let's see here, I didn't really like that flower and I decided to die cut the large butterfly out of white cardstock. So when I have very colorful background, I like to use white or black elements on top of it to create contrast and interest. So now let's assemble our card. I'm adding some foam tape on back of the sentiment. So my panel, my background was still a little bit damp, so I'm running my heat tool on this, not on the setting where you melt embossing powder, but just for the drawing on the setting 1 to make sure that that's nice and dry. Next, I remove the backing of that foam tape and I'm adding some liquid adhesive, which will give me a little bit more wiggle room to add that sentiment and make sure that it's nice and straight. Because if you add it directly with the foam, it will stick where you put it, and if it's a little bit offset, you won't have a chance to fix that. But that liquid adhesive gives a little bit more of a wiggle room. Next, I'm adding liquid adhesive on the back of the butterfly. And I will add it on top of my background. Okay, now we just have to add that panel onto our note card. So I'm using some foam tape again. I had to switch my scissors here because the foam tape is a little bit sticky, so I didn't want to cut it with the scissors that I use for fussy cutting. So I'm removing the backing of the foam tape. Again, I'm adding that liquid adhesive. And I will add it on top of my top folded note card that I pre-made before off camera, before the video, using white cardstock that measures 4¼ by 11, and then I scored it at 5½ and folded it. And here is our finished card. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. Don't forget to click on the like button if you liked it and enjoyed this video. Also, don't forget to visit our blog for more ideas and more inspiration. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great day. Bye.